to the YouTube so that they can actually go on the YouTube if they don't want their cameras on. So,
You are so nice. I don't think you're so nice. I don't think they really understood you. But I'll break it down for everybody. And I think over the course of the next few weeks, people get it. What she was trying to say, I'm gonna ghettoify it for you. What she was trying to say was, if you got your camera off, you can kind of slide this time, but in the future, you won't be let in here. You go to YouTube because here we want to be able to see you and make sure you're authentic and make sure that people aren't, hackers and stuff like that. And we want to have communication. But we understand some people are private. If you're private, that's why we're doing YouTube Live. You can go over to YouTube Live and you can get your hair did or something like that. That's all right. You can go to YouTube Live because the class is full. And the people who are going to have the camera on are going to be talking, they're going to be interacting because we do small groups and have questions and stuff like that. We can let them up in here so that we can be kind and share. But, you know, this is our first day of doing this, so it's understandable. It's going to take a couple of weeks. And even the link, right? We're using the same link, but in a couple of weeks, we're not going to be using the same link. So we can have a process and people going through YouTube and certain people being allowed up in here, being the ones who are members. We're not trying to act bougie. Tanya, I just sent
yeah.
this to you,
Hmm.
so you should have it
Yeah.
now. Okay, so thank you for your patience. Now we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming, which is bum, 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 bum. Yeah, the hidden battle. Okay, this is the one that I prayed about this morning and asked God. I prayed that at the end of this, that God would be uh, proud of me. So let's see if we can make it do what it do. This over here, like that. All right, all right. And we're gonna share it. Did I share it? I think so. Mm-hmm. And, okay. I just can't see you guys. That's my only issue right now. Let me see if I can figure
Um,
out. Yes.
well,
Mm-hmm.
because the link was sent later than the time on the meetup, I can't put that link on there.
Okay. I would
Okay.
say you don't need to because they have the subscribe to the channel.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
they be all right. But the other thing I would say is you could put it in the
Announcements
message.
or okay.
Put it in the message. That's what I would say. If anybody had asked me. All right, let's rock and roll. The hidden battle between your higher self and lower self. I'd like to welcome everybody to the search session. I am super excited about this. So, if this is your first time being here, my name is Willpower Harris. I'm the search founder. We started this thing back in April 12th, long, long time ago, on Meetup. And God, I can't believe it's just a short period of time. We have about 2,000 members now on Meetup, and today is our first day doing YouTube Live, and we're trying to get an act together. But I told our group I am going to do my best, but I'm comfortable messing up. You got to be comfortable messing up. Anytime you're going to do something for the first time, there's going to be some things that are not going to go right, but that's the pathway to success. So we're trying to get the message out there. It's about love. It's about kindness. It's not rocket science. We're just trying to do some nice things. So to give you an overview, I call it search. That's how you pronounce it. It's kind of like it came to me after meditation one morning, and the reason why I started it because it just seemed like there was so much going on in the world, and I wanted to add some positivity. And it was like a spiritual search. It seems like everybody's searching for something, and almost like a spiritual church. You mix it together, you got search. So, what are you searching for? Preacher, teacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a preacher. And that came from the fact that when we were on meetup, someone said, "Okay, I think I'm going to come, but are you going to preach at people?" And I was like, "I'm not a preacher, but I am a teacher. I don't tell you what to do. I just tell you the things that I have done and what has worked for me. And I tell everybody, accept and take in what resonates with you, but reject what doesn't. In terms of my qualifications as a teacher, and even my style. I talk for a little bit, but then I like for us to jump in and to experience it. So I introduce certain ideas, certain concepts, and then there's a specific meditation that we do based on the concepts that I introduce. So it's kind of like I talk about something, then you go to God, you go to Gaia, you go to divine, you go to Allah, whatever you call all that is and all that ever was, or you go to your higher self and you find out that that's the truth, or you find out more information, and then you come back and then you tell us. So this session has three parts to it: intent, immersion, integration. So I talk for a little bit, then we meditate for a little bit, and then we come back and we have a group interaction. So the people that are on the Zoom, when they come back from meditation, we talk about it. We discuss. Do you have questions? What happened to you in meditation? We discuss it so that we can integrate it and get grounded. I'm also a psychic, a medium. And on the right hand side, this is the mission of Search: create a community of spiritual learners who love growing spiritually, who like having an organized system of becoming a better person and helping others too. And last Sunday, I said I was going to add an extra O to that too, because it's a grammar error. Tanya, can you remind me so I don't look stupid? I is educated. I went to JMU. So can you help me and remind me so I can fix that? Tell people I know two things. Number one, I believe there is a God. Number two, it ain't me. So I'm gonna make some mistakes. Apparently, more than once. So that's our mission. It's not rocket science. It's just kindness and just trying to put some good stuff in there and talk to other people and learn too. So instead of you just listen to a guru go blah 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 all day, that's just a little blah, and then you come back, and then the second part of this is you can choose to talk or you can choose to listen to what other people are saying. We also have some organization. The first 3 months was the Becoming series. Now we're tiptoeing into the spiritual superpowers. With the Becoming series, the main question in all of the sessions we had was, who are you becoming? Or who do you want to become? And then what spiritual superpowers do we need to give you to hand over to you to empower you to be that type of person you want? And then the next 3 months after that, we're going to cover the search within, which is about legacy. It's about charity. So, yeah, great. You got enlightenment. Yay, you're super spiritual. You're meditating 5 hours on top of a mountain with an eagle landing on your shoulder. But are you helping people? How are you changing the world? And that's what we want to do. So one of the things that we're looking to do within Search is something that I'm passionate about is foster kids, especially aged out foster kids. The stat, I can't stand the stat. Over 90% of girls that age out of foster care end up incarcerated within the first 5 years they age out. That's sickening. And foster kids in general are just moving from foster home, a lot of them with their clothes in trash bags. So literally, They're being treated like their stuff is garbage. I don't like that. So within my corporation, my company, because I'm CEO of my company, I had my clients donate bags, and we put stuff in there so that these kids could have bags. I want to do something similar in search. Then it turned out that some of the members, they were connected in the community and they want to do something similar. So search in general, we're starting to build, and we only been around for like 2, 3 little months. We're starting to build something like that. So it's all about, okay, yeah, we're getting spiritual, but how do you take that from here and then boom, put it out there? So that's what we're all about. Now, what we're talking about today, higher self, lower self. What's that all about? So I figure we start off talking about higher self first and kind of define it. So if you look on the right, connotations, words, people go to war over the connotation of words and what they mean. So I wanted to do a shout out to some pop culture things that are out there, what higher self meant. And then I want to get on the same page of what I'm talking about with higher self. And when we go into the meditation, what I'm referring to, and get you geared up right for when you go in there, because I'm a corporate trainer by trade. So the adult learning theory states that when you preview what adults about to go through, then they have a better experience. So, I'm bringing that over into the spiritual side too. Yeah, Yoda. Everybody knows Yoda, little green guy, about the force. And then you got the spark, the soul. Um, if you saw Wicked, that was the bomb. I saw that on Broadway with the fam. You got the Good Witch, and if anybody's down with the Avengers, you got Doctor Strange, and you got the Harry Potter, the best version of you. All of that stuff on the right. What we're talking about today, when I reference the higher self, what I'm referring to is that part of you that's guided by part of you that thinks bigger, right? So you got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We're not talking about Dr. Jekyll. I mean, we're not talking about Mr. Hyde, the bad part. So that's what I'm referring to when we look at the higher self. Now, on the other side, you got the lower self. And I was asking the team because we, social members, we have a WhatsApp chat group. And anybody who's interested in joining the WhatsApp group, I started that because, yeah, we get down on Sundays, but some people want to stay connected during the week. So every day I throw a question out for the search members to talk and discuss about. And if you want to become a member, Tanya's on the Zoom, just shoot her a message and she can talk to you about that. But one of the things that I wanted to discuss was, what do you think the lower self is? And what they back to me, one of them was, well, I consider it to be like, how you have an angel on your shoulder and a devil on your shoulder, and the angel's like, oh, just be nice. Don't say anything bad to them. And then the devil is like, forget that. Talk about them. Talk about their mama. Make them cry. That's the lower self. So the lower self is guided by fear, right? That they are driven by ego sometimes. So yeah, so it's different ends. It doesn't mean necessarily it's the weak aspect, like the guided by fear. It could also be the ego aspect. Like maybe you're in a store and someone you're walking around and someone comes up to you and says, can I help you, with an attitude? And all of a sudden, it's like, I can buy this, I can afford this. And now all of a sudden, you're buying this big expensive thing because your ego wants to let this lady know that you can afford to buy this thing but that's just your lower self. You don't even want that thing. Yeah, you can probably afford it, but now your ego is making you buy something you don't want to buy because of something else. So it's not necessarily just guided by fear, like don't do this, don't do that. So based on how you are, you can look up and down this list and see. And by the way, all of us are working with something. And that's what I'm hoping we get across today. I was talking with a friend of mine today about this, and she called me earlier, and she's like, "I know you're busy. You're probably getting ready for your YouTube live today, because you know I told everybody I'm doing YouTube live today for the first time. I'm so excited." She's like, "I know you're getting ready." I was like, "I am, but I can talk to you. What's going on?" And it's like I said, I'm going to be talking about this, by the way. She was like, "Ooh." And she said, "Gets like I had some abandonment issues. My father like left, and you would think that I wouldn't fall for men who didn't like truly love me or who wouldn't dedicate themselves to me. But I always kept finding myself attracted and pulling those type of men to me." And I said, and you know what? We all have our lower selves. And the people who didn't have abandonment issues do not understand why people who do allow people like that in their lives. But at the same time, the ones who don't, like, I don't have abandonment issues, but I got issues. So all of us have something, and the ones who don't have my something will look at me and be like, well, why does he have that something? We all have something. We have a higher self and we have our lower self. So this is something that throughout our lives, we have to peep it out and find out what it is. Because even once you clear this out, and that's what we're going to do today in meditation. Because I think spirituality should move you to another level, not just make you feel temporarily good. We got to fix something up in here today. I'm going to fix something today. But once we fix something in here today, sooner or later, something else is going to need fixing. It's like you don't clean your kitchen once a year. Hopefully, you don't. Nasty. You better not just clean your kitchen once a year. You got to keep cleaning it, right? So sooner or later, the house is going to get junky again. It's the same thing with your higher self and your lower self. So let's dive in a little deeper. I want to show you a pattern. And by the way, this takes honesty. Don't be letting that ego click in like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm telling you straight up, I do all right. Every year in India, I give a speech to 700,000 people. I wrote 14 books, two number 1 bestsellers. I was raised by a single mama in Norfolk, Virginia. I came from dirt and got to where I am right now. And I'm telling you, I got issues. So if I got issues, I'm telling you, most people got issues. You just got to be honest enough. And you don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to have something like this. You ain't got to be on YouTube to tell everybody. But like one of my friends from high school said, don't jive yourself. You feel me? Don't jive yourself. Everybody got issues. They may not tell you, they may try to seem like ain't nothing going wrong, but everybody deep inside got something going on. And when you invest in yourself, and I don't even mean money, I just mean time. Time. When you invest in yourself to inspect yourself, I used to work for Zig Ziglar when I was 27, and he had this saying, inspect what you expect. So if you expect success, then you inspect your lower self and see what's up, because there are two different voices that are going on. All of us have a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde within us. And we end up being like Ovid, the Latin poet, that said, I see and approve the better things in life, but it's the evil things I do. Or like St. Gus, St. Augustine, who said, Lord, please make me pure, but not yet. All right, the higher self and the lower self. The higher self leads you forward. Growth seeks to evolve and to expand. Service, think beyond the self, right? Love leads with compassion. But mm, on this side, you got control, wants to manage outcomes. You got survival, focus on staying alive. And at the end of the day, the higher self is asking, who am I becoming? Want that the theme that I told you we were focusing on? There's rhyme and reason to what we do up here in search. It's not just random spirituality. It's organized, it's structured so you can grow, so you can move to the next level, so you can measure, am I a better human being this year than I was last year? Am I contributing and paying and earning my spot here up on this planet or not? Your lower self is asking, how do I keep us safe? And at the end of the day, you just got to make a choice. When you lead with your higher self, you create your future. I wasn't trying to tell you that your higher self is perfect. I am trying to tell you that your higher self is flawless. Your higher self is not perfect, it is flawless. The only way you can be flawless is that something is, or somebody, something or somebody isn't judging you. That's when you're flawless. Your lower self is judging you. When you live from your lower self, you repeat your past. Now, your lower self isn't trying to destroy you. It's not. It's absolutely not. It's trying to protect you. We have to find out what it's trying to protect you from. And that's shadow work. If you heard it within the spiritual community, people kicking it around, that's shadow work. Certain things are being thrown around and it just becomes pop culture. You hear it so much, the meaning behind it gets thrown away. Like faith. What is faith? You hear it so much. Faith is like believing. I think that faith is when I can feel the emotion that I would have when what I want to manifest, that what I pray for, like this morning I prayed that God would be proud of me at the end of what I do. I had to feel the way I thought I would feel at the end of this. And when I felt that, then I had the faith. That's how I define faith. So I wanted to bring this word, the shadow work, to life. That's how I would define it. So let's look at the protection loop. By the way, I don't know if I added this slide in. Let me see real quick. Oops, I sure didn't. Man, I spent like 3 hours making this cute slide that I didn't put in. Told you guys I want God. Hmm. All right. Well, I'm just going to have to describe it to you. I got this friend, and this friend of mine told me that she was afraid of flying. All right. She was afraid of flying. And seeing that I fly all over the world so much, that was very strange to me. So I did some research and I found out, and I just had such a pretty PowerPoint. I just have to let that go, right? I got to let that go. Got to let it go. Uh, but I promise you, for the members, it will be in the PowerPoint slide I send you. So just imagine that in the perfect world, everything that I'm telling you, you got a pretty visual of me explaining this to you. She is afraid of flying. Very intelligent, very successful. She just flew somewhere too. And she says that every time that she flies, she always just gets super duper nervous. And when I checked the stats, because I wanted to make sure, because I was actually preparing this to use it as an example for you all. Um, Here are the stats for it. Okay, approximately 45 million Americans are afraid of flying. 45 million Americans admit to being afraid of flying. Okay, now that is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So she's not alone. The other stat is I wanted to look at how many people have died in a plane crash. Because that's her fear of flying, right? That you're going to die. Not that you're going to be late. That ain't the fear. The fear is you're going to die. I'm gonna get on this sucker, and I ain't gonna get off unless I'm getting off on the other side. That's actually how I try to calm people down, sit beside me on a plane. If they're nervous, because I tell them, well, I know now ain't my time, and you're sitting beside me. So you're lucky. You'll be all right. But here are some other stats. 1 in 10 people in the USA would die in a car crash. But the comparative stat of the number of people that die in a plane crash in the USA is 1 in 10 million. 1 in 10 million. So the fear of flying in a plane, I can tell you that I know of me. I know of someone who has died in a car crash. And I'm pretty sure if you don't know somebody that's died in a car crash, you probably know somebody who knows somebody who has. I don't know anybody who has died in a plane crash personally. And I don't know anybody who knows anybody who's died in a plane crash. But 45 million people who are Americans are afraid of that. Now, of course, plane crashes do happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I bring that up because for these people, if they were aware of that stat, is it the higher self or the lower self that's talking to them? If they were aware that airplanes is the safest way of traveling in the United States, then that's the lower self. And that's just one example, right? One that I wanted to give that everyone will be able to relate to see how you can unravel and how you can use that to identify it's not about flying in an airplane, it's about something else. In that particular case, it may be about not having control because you're totally not in control in that plane. Everything is about false stuff. If the plane did go down, I'm going to tell you, I don't know about you, but I have zero faith that that seatbelt is going to save me. And I never met the pilots, not once. So I totally have no control. So if you're going to do some shadow work, it may be around why do I have issues over not having control? It could be because there were a lot of situations where when I wasn't in control, bad things happen. And remember the slide that I had up before that the lower self causes you to repeat the past. The higher self, focus on that, allows you to create. Then it comes down to discernment. There's no need of carrying fear when there's no need for it. Again, hopefully you don't get caught up in that airplane situation and you get the point that I was trying to make, which is we have to be able to identify when's a good time to focus on this and when's not. Are you guys able to see my PowerPoint? Tanya, can you see it? I can't hear you or see you if you said yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's like nodding to Stevie Wonder if you were saying yes. Can you see my feeling? I don't see you. That might not be right. Okay. All right. Christina, this is the slide you like. All right. Here we go. The protection loop. So I gave you that airplane example, which is probably a little bit more long-winded if I had my slide, my pretty slide. All right. Let's say something bad happened to you. It could be your inner child. It could be something that happened to you in your childhood. It could be abandonment. It could be rejection. It could be loneliness. It could be you were broke. You got no money. It could be you. It could be you were in the grocery store when you were a kid and you had to check out and um, a check was written and the cashier was like, "Yeah, this ain't no good," and your classmates were behind you. People started laughing. Could be you had holes in your clothes and somebody joked you. It could be uh, maybe you didn't look the best as a kid and somebody joked you. It could be 1,000 different things from your childhood. But something happened. You had some pain. And then you had a fear of having that pain and you needed to have protection from ever having that pain again. And that created a habit that's not serving you anymore, that led to a new identity. I don't do this type of stuff anymore. Even if something's going to lead you to a higher level, to a promotion, to you being able to be an entrepreneur and having a job. No, I can't be an entrepreneur because that doesn't have me a guaranteed check. And that guaranteed check means security. And that security is something that my parents or grandparents didn't have. And that led to this and that led to that. All these different things that you know. It could be that you find yourself in a relationship, romantic, platonic, or even a spiritual relationship that keeps repeating again and again. Somebody goes from like a Christian cult to a non-denominational cult to a spiritual cult. It's just another cult after another cult after another cult. All of us have the same problems on this planet. They're just manifested in different ways. You got romantic, you got platonic, you got career, all these different things. You got family. But when we're able to get down to the nitty gritty, get down to the root of it, the protection loop, being able to figure out and how you do it, how you stop it, because you'll know it consciously, you'll know it. You're like, I know this. Why do I keep falling into the same hole again? Awareness breaks the loop. Choice sets you free. Okay. Pressure reveals what you practice. You just got to practice. Your higher self, this is who I'm becoming. Your lower self, I stay who I've been. It's really that simple. Choose who I'm becoming. Who do you want to become? And by the way, it's your right. It's your right to stay who you are. You want to keep dating that type of people? You want to keep being friends with that type of people? You want to keep associating with that type of group? You want to keep that type of job? That's your right. You can live your life any way you want to. You want to change that? That's your right. That's your right too. I have a lot of respect for people who want to change their life and they are trying to. I have a lot of respect for people that say, I don't know how to do it, but I'm looking, but I'm trying. That's what's up. And that's what this meditation is about. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give you some feedback on what you can expect when we go through this. Okay. Um, oops. Sorry. I just noticed that the slide that I had that would have told you what that uh, the meditation was going to be about. I didn't put that in there either. So I made two mistakes, but I will tell you. So as I'm going through this, if you have headphones, feel free to grab them. This has binaural beats in it, and it is theta on top of that. If you're comfortable laying down, I would suggest and have the ability to, I would suggest you lay down because this one is hardcore. I say that because if you're new to meditation or you're new to my meditation, and if you did the one right before this one is deeper than that one. There are mindfulness type meditation, which is kind of like um, imagine you're sitting by a creek and the water is just flowing. I would say that is kind of like, uh, okay, let me preface this by saying there's something seriously wrong with me. So let me just prepare you. It, that is like in meditation, if I give you an analogy, that is in sync. And what you're about to go through is Eminem. Yep. Yep. That is in sync meditation. This is Eminem. So if you're able to lay down, I would suggest you do so because it'll probably be an out of body experience. In the very beginning, you will be taken through breathing exercises that will have you going through your different body parts and relaxing them. And then it will introduce a conversation between your higher self and your lower self. And there, just be prepared that depending on who you are and your belief system, that it can be an intense, safe, but an intense experience. At any particular point in time, if you feel overwhelmed, you can always open your eyes. You can always take your headphones off. You can always stop, right? This is something that if you have um, trauma from your childhood, this is the type of audio that you work through that. And at the end of this, in this Zoom setting, there's loving people here to help you. Okay? If, like, for instance, for in Robin's case, Robin, I would say if you were visited by your ancestors or relatives who were deceased, I would not be surprised if that type of experience happens again. But I suggest for everyone as they go into meditation to go in with no expectations and whatever your soul, your spirit needs, that's what you will experience. Okay. After you go through the period of being extremely relaxed, which in phase one of the well-being meditative process, that's called the intent. That means we're getting your body extremely relaxed. You probably won't feel your body at all. Then you go into the immersion where you will be introduced to your higher self. That could be in the form of a image, a color, a smell. It could just be a feeling, and you just have darkness. It doesn't mean it'll be a movie that's playing. That might not be your type of Claire. Whatever your style is, that's what will be presented to you. And based on your level of meditative experience, you only receive where you are at that time. Okay. So just try to be aware and just trust that you will be exposed to whatever you need to be. And then after you meet your higher self, then your lower self, you will meet your lower self and you will ask your lower self some questions. And what I find is don't try to overthink or second guess and let whatever thoughts or things or images or smells or impressions that come to you, just let them come. Okay. And then after your lower self has its say, then you will invite your higher self to join the discussion and respond back. And then after um, that, as three different energies combined as one, the next phase happens. So I'm telling you enough that I don't want to guide your experience, but I want you to be prepared for what you will go through too. Okay. And then at the end, you have the integration, which is where you come back to the group. Okay. And many times at the end of this experience, people are lovingly upset with me because they say they want to stay in there much longer. Okay. Which I understand. And when you come back, you need to get grounded. And if someone does have to leave, just keep in mind in the future, try to plan to stay with us longer to be grounded. And for people who are in the YouTube world, I can't control nobody if they're on Zoom or in the YouTube world. But definitely, if you're in the YouTube world and you're participating in this, this is a type of meditation where you really need to be grounded before you go off doing anything else. Really grounded. So it's very helpful and useful for you to stay and listen to other people's experiences while you get used to being, I'm going to say this in multiple ways, back in your body, used to your environment. It's kind of like if you were laying in your bed asleep and then you were asleep right beside your car, you wouldn't just wake up and then hop in your car and start driving because you'd still be kind of groggy, right? It's the same type of process. This is going to be is a recording that I recorded uh, yesterday and uploaded this morning. So I'm going to share the audio through Zoom, through YouTube. If you have trouble listening, I am going to be monitoring on um, on the chat in case you can't hear the chat on Zoom. If you're on YouTube and you can't hear, I'm sorry, you're short. Okay. Um, Tanya, I'm going to take you off. Tanya's like, I know she's in that short. I got their back. Tanya, I'm going to take you off of the co-host permission now so you can enjoy the session. If anybody chimes in on Zoom, I'll hear it and I'll let them in. If you fall off of Zoom, come back on, and just know in general, if you're ever late coming to any of the sessions, you're welcome to come in late. That's not my style. Already you have 1 minute of meditation, then zero. I'll let you in. Okay. Um, and if you like this, I think Tanya put it in the chat. This is also available on in the Wellbeing Library. It'll be the first one on there because I just uploaded it this morning. So if you have issues hearing it, make sure that on your device, your laptop or your phone, that you have turned up the volume on your device so that it is as loud as possible for you to be able to hear it on your side. Okay. And give me a second to get this up and running on my side. So I thought I had this propped up. And Tanya, I'm going to keep need your help an eye out because I'm going to try something new with this too and just try to share the sound and not the screen. Yeah, since it's on YouTube too. So I need you to let me know you can hear it. And it's 35 minutes and 44 seconds. Can you hear it, Tanya?
This is the me, myself, and I meditation. Get yourself into a comfortable position. And bring your awareness to your breath. And on your next inhale, imagine inhaling through your forehead and exhaling from your forehead. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your forehead to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your eyes and exhale from your eyes. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your eyes to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your lips and exhale from your lips. All along the way, telling the 7 muscles in your lips to relax, to release, to be at peace Now, now, on your next inhale, inhale through your cheeks and exhale from your cheeks. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your cheeks to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through every pore in your face and exhale from every pore in your face. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your face to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your neck and exhale from your neck. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your neck to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, bring your awareness to your upper chest. And on your next inhale, inhale through your upper chest. And exhale from your upper chest. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your chest to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, bring your awareness to your lower abdomen. And on your next inhale, Inhale through your lower abdomen and exhale from your lower abdomen. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your lower abdomen to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, now, now. Now, bring your awareness to your spine. And as you inhale, imagine inhaling up your spine. All along the way, telling the muscles throughout your back to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, and as you exhale, exhale down your spine. All along the way, telling the muscles throughout your back to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, now, bring your awareness to your arms. And on your next inhale, inhale through your arms. And exhale from your arms. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your arms to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, now, now. Now, bring your awareness to your pinky finger. And on your next inhale, inhale through your pinky finger. And exhale from your pinky finger. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your pinky finger to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, bring your awareness to your hips. And on your next inhale, inhale through your hips. And exhale from your hips. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your hips to relax, to release, to be in peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your thighs and exhale from your thighs. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your thighs to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your lower legs and exhale from your lower legs. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your lower legs to relax, to release, to be at peace now. Now, on your next inhale, inhale through your feet and exhale from your feet. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your feet to relax, to release, to be at peace now. awareness to your pinky toe. And on your next inhale, inhale through your pinky toe. And exhale from your pinky toe. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your pinky toe to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, 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 now. Scan your entire body and become aware of any area of your body in need of extra attention. And on your next inhale, inhale through that body part and exhale from that body part. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout that body part to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, now, on your next inhale, inhale through every pore in your body at the same time. And exhale from every pore in your body at the same time. All along the way, telling the muscles in and throughout your body to relax, to release, to be at peace. Now, now, become aware that your body is deeply relaxed and sound asleep. Yet your mind is fully alert. Bring your awareness to the intention of this meditation, your higher self and your lower self, communication. Now, set the intention for your higher self to come in front of your awareness. Meet and allow your higher self to come in front of you. Observe its presence, its energy, its wisdom, its unconditional love. Now, allow your higher self to move from in front of you to your left and invite your lower self to appear in any shape or form directly in front of you. Now, notice its posture, its emotions, its age, what it seems to be carrying. Now, ask your lower self, what are you protecting me from? And listen without judgment or interruption. Now, ask, what do you need in order to feel safe? Discover any unmet needs beneath any habits or sadness. Now, with the lower self still in front of you, invite your higher self to come right beside your lower self in front of you as well. And invite your higher self to respond. Let it offer reassurance. Let it offer truth, compassion, and perspective. And become aware of a new agreement between your higher self and lower self. As you witness your higher self promises to lead, and your lower self agrees to alert, not control. And then allow the three to embrace and integrate as all hug and merge as one. We are one. And with the energy of all three merged together as one, experience life unfolding all around you. Experience living from wisdom while honoring the protector within. And make this proclamation from within. From this moment forward, we no longer have to carry any burden alone. We are one. Now, feel the warmth of love as it begins to radiate all around you. As you send out loving thanks for this moment of meditation between your higher self and lower self. Me, myself, and I. And as you begin to get grounded back out of meditation, you will remember all that you experienced. You will come back refreshed, replenished, beaming with love and acceptance, and remembering we are one.
Welcome back. As you come back, feel free to turn your video back on if you like. And we have reached the integration portion of the session. And I am trying to figure out if I have stopped sharing the audio. I think I have. And as you're coming back to me, I have a new thing set up where I have my phone here and I'm able to see the people that are on YouTube and our top fans. And Nuria is the one of our top fans that are on. So shout out to you, girl. I see your comments and I see everybody's comments that are on there. And also shout out to Omora, Omora and X. I only see like partial the name, so I can't see more than that. Shout out to at LA Home Care and Violet Mills. Violet's on there too as well. So that's kind of cool. So the integration portion of what we do is this is where it's kind of open, where you can be the guru, or you can ask questions, or you can just listen. So we talked about your higher self and your lower self, and then you meditated, and you may come back and you may say, hey, everything you said in the beginning, I disagree. I came back with some different advice or some different feedback or input, or I agree. Or you can come back and say, this is the experience that I had, or this is what I gathered. What I suggest is if anyone wants to speak, just try to summarize and keep your thoughts to the 3 minutes and focus on the immersion part, not the intent part, right? Where you start describing, well, it started off, I was breathing through my forehead, and then I was breathing through my arm. But you could add in, I was surprised that the pinky toe worked. I don't know if anybody said anything about that. We can say that the last session that I slid that in, which always surprises me, right? You got the arm, but even something, if I said fingernail or eyelash, I bet you that will work too as well. So this is kind of open if anybody wants to share their experiences. You had questions, or if you had problems, or something that you want to share, feel free. It's open. You can raise your hand. You can unmute yourself. It's totally up to you. Or if it's anything you want to put in the chat, feel free. And for those of you that are on YouTube, I got vision now because I got my phone out. I got my phone out, and I can see. So I'll be able to kind of peep that out too. There's a little delay. So anybody have anything they want to say? Feel free. Still in your body. You're still hanging out with your lower self or higher self. It's okay. Oh, while you're doing that or coming back, I guess I will also let me. I did have a slide to show you, or you guys get your thoughts together. By the way, I do suggest that if you have anything you want to write down, so that before you forget. Oh, you want to say something? You're muted. Can you unmute? Do you have it? You're unable to unmute? Oh, so nobody can unmute? Is that what's up? Hmm. Okay. Let's see if I can figure that out. Well, before I unmute everybody, I'll share these screens, this screen, and then I'll come back. But thank you. I get by with a little help from my friends. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So hopefully you can see this. See the PowerPoint. All right. So if you are on Meetup, feel free. You will be asked how did the class go and give a review. That would be very helpful. And if you're interested in joining the search group, Tanya will be here afterwards. You can talk to her and she can help you with that. We have a WhatsApp group where we share the PowerPoint presentation slides as well. And we have a retreat that's coming up. The 20th to the 23rd is the entire retreat. That part is sold out. But the 22nd, we have an awesome day. That's a Saturday intensive. You are welcome to join that. And that was it for the slides. Now, in terms of the ask the unmute, I'm going through and manually doing this. And by next Sunday, I will know how to hit one button so that everybody be able to talk and do it. I think I got it. I think everybody should do it now. There you go. You don't have to talk if you don't want to, but I think I made it so anybody can who wants to. What's up, peeps?
That was really good.
Oh,
Hey,
they want
Teresa.
to mute it. I'm not gonna be here. Are you muted? No, I'm not.
Yes,
Oh,
you are. We all just heard you say that.
I'm not muted.
Okay. Anybody want to talk? They can.
I had a really strong, well, not, I shouldn't say really strong, but I had a scent probably halfway to the end of it. I don't know what the scent is. It's either a perfume or a flower. I still can kind of smell it right now, but my lower self had a lot to say, and my higher self didn't really say too much.
Okay. So, in terms of the scent, what I'll throw out at you is that um, try to take note, and you can always go into meditation and ask where's that scent coming from,
Oh, okay.
or who is it coming from. Like,
Okay.
I noticed that a particular scent when certain spirits, certain beings are around me. Some people notice a certain flower when they feel Mother Mary, Jesus's mama, is around them. And it could be that. Anytime you have any questions, Teresa, you can
Mhm.
always ask to drill down further,
Okay.
further down on it. Cool. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, I went ahead and when we were going into it and we were doing with our higher self and our lower self, the higher self felt like it was like a golden light. I was seeing like a golden light. And then when we brought in the lower self, it was like a cool dark blue color. And it felt like they kind of started to like merge together a little bit. And when they did, it was like I could feel as if they were like speaking to each other. And it was like my higher self was basically saying to my lower self that I've got you, like you're loved, and it just gave me this overwhelming sense of like an awe, like a
Mhm.
like a huge release. And it was like a hug almost. So that was what I got. Thank you.
Cool. Anybody else?
I meant to say, I forgot to say in my thing. When you had our higher self come next to me and the lower self, I think like when you were talking about the lower self, I had like a small Asian type person come to my left side. I forgot to add that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Was that a representative of your higher or lower self?
I
Or,
think the higher self, yeah.
okay. Well, if you believe um, in multiple lives, then it's possible that we could have been many different races, right? Like
Mhm.
sometimes when I am asked to speak at Black History Month at different spiritual churches, I start off saying, I'm black this time, it's your turn next time. So, like, you can have many different uh, races and beings that can come, and people that can take on many different forms when they come in. And if you have any questions, you can always ask. Tina, you raise your hand. You have a question, or
Oh, Will, what happens is once you unmute us, if we try to mute it again, then you have to let us back in again.
okay,
It's like it locks it back down.
okay,
So I just want to add to the higher self piece. My higher self told my lower self that that he doesn't have to stay in protection mode all day because the higher self's intuition will alert him. So
nice.
I
That's some
thought that
great
was
insight. Yeah,
yeah, thought that was interesting. So it just takes all the burden off of the childlike figure that is my lower self that I saw. So that's a nugget.
yeah. That's a huge help to Kanji to the nervous system. Just
Mm-hmm.
imagine how many people on alert all day,
I used to
right?
be one of them. I used to be
All
one of
day,
them. Yeah, and it's based off the environments you grew up in, and things you experience. Invest that into your subconscious, so you're always on alert. And
right?
there's no peace in that.
No,
So
no.
yeah, that was comforting to me as well to hear that. And then learning to trust your intuition. Um, it's another phase as we evolve.
Mm, that's good.
I say,
Appreciate that. Tanya, you may be good now. Still don't work.
Okay, there we are. Yes. I've got Ed Imora and Xena off of YouTube. Saw a lot of different faces, all a magenta color, so she couldn't make out who they were, just their eyes, nose, mouth, etc. They were different individuals, and that's for sure.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Mm.
Um, colors can go for towards vibrations too as well. So if you think about the chakras and relating to it in energy, she or he may want to look into that to see if more information can come in that regards. That's cool. Okay. Anybody else have any other comments or questions before we bring it to an end? Our first YouTube experience.
Well, for
Again, if
me,
anybody,
for
what'd you say?
me,
Go ahead, Jess.
I experienced my higher self embracing my lower self very early on in the introduction and
Okay.
assuring my lower self that things that happened was in the past and that we were okay now and that together we can grow and we don't have to look back.
Hmm. That's beautiful.
that
That's beautiful.
is.
That's beautiful. You know, some anybody that goes through trauma, especially early on in life, sometimes they feel like a piece of them is missing, and being able to tell their inner child or their lower self, it's okay now. You can come back and
Mhm.
inviting it back. It's safe now to
Yeah.
come back. Um, and having some type of ceremony or some type of meditation like this is the reason why I created this to invite it back and to have that bonding and that melting back together as one. It's like a first step. It's like you have that awareness, and then you make that choice to invite it back, and then you move forward in life whole and better. It doesn't mean that you clean up everything for life, right? It's just like that kitchen. Sooner or later, it's going to need kitchening, cleaning again. But it's a great step. That's pretty cool. Anybody else? Okay, I'm excited. This is the first time. This is the first time, and I think we did all right. I think we did all right.
Yeah, did great.
I think we did all right.
Hmm.
And so I want to thank everybody for joining. I want to thank you for your energy, especially those on YouTube as well, for your participation. You know, every time that we meditate, especially as a group, then that means you're sharing your light with everyone. You're contributing to the energy. Meditating by yourself is good. It's always good. We should always meditate as much as possible. But when we meditate as a group, that combined energy, you blessed us. Whether you come one time, two times, or every time you come, you're contributing and you're making it so my meditation that day is stronger. Christina's meditation that day is stronger. Robin's that day is stronger. And even if you're on YouTube, that day is stronger. So you're blessing us with your attendance. It's a gift. So when I say thank you, I really mean it. I really mean thank you. It is a blessing. And even if you listen another day, there is no space and time. So if you listen another day, you're blessing us, even though you listen 2, 3 days or 2, 3 years later. So with that, I hope everyone has a fantastic, wonderful Sunday. If you are not a search member and you want to be one, Tanya's still here. I'm going to say goodbye to our YouTube peeps. If you're interested in getting on the Zoom side of it, on Meetup, you can go to Meetup. We will have a link in there for you to be able to go in and find all that stuff. We don't have that there. So you can be on this side and comment and talk and add to as well. But I'm going to stop it here. And mwah, to the YouTube peeps, thanks for the christening. Boom, did I say that right? Christening of it. Boom, like a
Mhm.
bottle. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. Like a figure, the spiritual bottle.